That is a powerful framework. Too many people waste time talking about all the negatives that got them to where it is that they are now. Response takes listening and formulating to now talking strictly about where we are presently with the foresight of what are the plans to come in terms of the response, the articulation, the vernacular, and the vocabulary that is used in now expressing what the priorities, focusing the group in terms of the response, communication, language that is used, what is also called speaking, that most people just call communication is just speaking, but is more than that. And with the people it is that I have used this framework, it helped bring awareness to them about how they should be conducting meetings, not be distracted, be absolutely focused. Focus not only with the hearing where and listening where it is the act of hearing something, but also understanding with your vision, your senses, your smells, the vibe, the spirit in which people are trying to communicate with us, formulating now our response according to success and achievement, not worrying about everything that is negative and how you got there. Being a success coach, I tell my people all the time, I'm not here for a therapy session. I get how psychology and undigging and unpacking your past can help you now resolve those issues so you can move forward. They need to go to somebody else. I'm the guy who talks in terms of this framework of this is where we are. We only consider the past as bringing the value and the understanding of who it is that you are so that we can catapult you faster, more effectively, more efficiently according to our response in terms of now, what are the priorities that in terms of action items that we take from where it is that we are now to where it is that we're going. Those are the 3 life lessons to be shared today in terms of this communication framework. And I'm going to throw a bonus in there, is convey. So this is the art of masterful communication now, is now how you say it. How you say it. So the effective communication framework is just listen, formulate, and response. But convey now, it matters. Because to my wife, what I say matters. How I say matters more. But not just that to my wife, but to me as well. That people talk in a voice and an inflection and with a rigor and or strength and or volume that now is according to what it is that's the success according to the person receiving what you say. Now, this is key because in the masterful keynotes, it is, I believe, self-defined that I call masterful keynote. That's why I keynote in 29 industries that I have no relevant experience or expertise, is because of the fact that I now convey according to the industry, who my audience is, how they will receive the information, with the passion and the juice it is that I talk with the academic behavioral frameworks that actually matter most. So I would add that as the bonus, is to now convey it. When I'm talking to kids in my nonprofit, so one of the ways conveys is more easily understood is that if I'm talking to a 5-year-old, I come down to their level and talk to them eye to eye so that they can understand and feel what Coach V is trying to express to them. And I use words that's right around their age group. And I just get to the point instead of sugarcoating anything or anything else. But I do the same with adults. That now I up my game, my vernacular, my vocabulary, and my word usage according to when I go to speak at UC Davis, my alma mater, you have to bring game and match the level of the people it is that you're speaking to, and then convey it in a way that you now develop them, help them to advance either mind, body, or spirit in terms of that knowledge. And that they feel appreciated, that you're not above them. You're never speaking down to people when you communicate, because that is not effective communication. That, in fact, is called struggle and failure in communication. When people feel like you are talking down to them. So those are the 4 that I love for you just to consider. We're going to pop up a frame that if you're not connected with me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, my YouTube channel, or connected with me every Motivation Monday on the Coach V Show, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time out of Dash Radio Studios in Hollywood, California, please do so. You can either connect with me right now for your questions, or please just message me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and any of these platforms, and I will sure to effectively communicate back with you. Brother Q, that's where we are. Thank you so much again. Aloha Friday to everybody who's tuned in. Please let me know what your questions are, and let's grow.
I love it, Coach B. Obviously, brings it back to, hey, why not me? Let's grow. You guys are here. I got to give a special shout out, Coach, because we have folks who are tuning in not only on our Zoom, and we encourage you guys to register for our Zoom. We have a few dates to come up with. We have a few dates that I want to mention in just a moment, but I want to give a special shout out. We got some folks checking in from Facebook. Shout out to Fred Reyes. Shout out to Les checking in from Facebook. Big ups to Ipo. We got Ken, we got Maggie, as well as Paul checking in from Zoom. We got a whole lot of folks who are tuning in. And if you guys like what you hear, if you guys are getting the jewels that Coach is giving, we want to make sure that you guys have access to this dynamic speaker. Give you guys an amazing opportunity. July 17th is the Village, which is normally $49.99 plus transaction fee. But on July 17th and every third Friday of the month, we're registering you folks for only $24.99. Yes, under $25. And then on July 24th, we are going to go ahead and give you guys the VIP. That is an hour-long session as well. That is normally $139.99. We are registering you folks at the low price of $99.99, July 24th, and then every fourth Friday of the month. So, Coach, we have some folks who are have some questions, and in the interest of time, I know we only have a few minutes here. Let's see how many of these questions we could get through. Okay, is that all right with you?
Yes, sir. Love
all right.
to.
So, Sarah from Long Beach asks that you mentioned in the effective communication the word respond or response. What are steps to alter your communication style of something you have instructed or directed in a simple manner, but is not being responded to or received like you thought it would be? Sarah, thank you for the question. Coach?
Oh, Sarah, this is something that happens all the time. We have played this in the personal development space where 10 people stand in a line and they all whisper to each other something very simple. And by the time they got to the third person, Sarah, I think you've seen this example before, the communication has been totally distorted. So in terms of one-on-one meetings, especially when I'm in $1 million meetings with people, I make sure that I consult each one of them to now repeat what it is that they are assigned to do. So here are 3 things it is that Coach V needs to do after this call. And then so now Q, being the leader of Island Block Radio, he says, Coach, we're going to go over our grows and what it is that what was good in terms of the show. Then we're going to make sure that we're set for the next one next week. And then this is what you're going to do after that. And then now I repeat what it is that are my tasks, my duties, or what it is that I do. What that does is, by the person responding, and I don't care if there's 12 people in the room and they all have 2 to 3 action items or tasks. Each person in that $1 million meeting that I am now consulting in, they all have to say it, because now it registers and is programmed into their brain what they might do. And they have now stated to the team that they are accountable for those tasks and they can get it done. Okay, I need you to go get broccoli from the store. I need you to get Coke, soda. If they don't have Coke, get Pepsi. And then after that, make sure you get some whatchamacallits for Coach V. Now, what is it that I need you to do? Especially if they're an intern or a younger person, but in $1 million projects, you have to do this so there is no lack of communication.